Every $1 million of organic growth adds roughly $200,000 to your bottom line, and maybe more. But here's what most agency owners miss. That $200,000 doesn't just add profit, it adds multiple. And when you multiply that increase across a 10, 12, or 14x valuation, you're talking about millions of dollars in enterprise value. And the problem? Most agencies don't have a growth engine. They have a collection of talented individuals, and individual talent doesn't scale. Hi there, I'm Randy Schwantz, and welcome to the Big Nation channel, the home of the triple threat solution: sales training, sales CRM, and sales management platform, all in one integrated system. And today I want to show you how a structured approach to producer development doesn't just add revenue, it dramatically changes what your agency is worth. And whether you plan to sell or not, it's going to make a difference. So let's get specific. When a PE firm evaluates your agency, they look at 3-year organic growth trend, producer concentration risk, owner dependency, how deep is your bench, your margin consistency, your pipeline visibility, and the stability of your retention. And they're not impressed by one spike here. They want to see year 1, 12%, year 2, 14%, year 3, 15%. They want to see repeatability. And if your growth has been 3 or 5% and half of it came from rate hardening, they know it. And when rate hardening fades, and it always does, they know your organic engine is exposed. And they ask one silent question: if the owner steps back, does this thing keep growing? And if the answer is no, your multiple compresses. Not because they don't respect what you've built, but because the dependency is risk, and risk lowers multiples. Now, even if you never plan to sell, this still matters, because the same factors that drive premium multiples also drive a healthier agency to operate. Less owner dependency means more freedom. Stronger bench depth means less fragility. Consistent margins mean less stress. Building enterprise value isn't just a financial play, it's a quality of life play. Now let's talk about what's actually behind this. The industry failure rate for new producers is 70 to 90%. That means if you hired 10 producers over a decade, 7 to 9 would fail. Each failure costs between $200,000 and $250,000. When you take salary, benefits, lost opportunity costs, carrier credibility, internal morale, but here's the deeper issue. It's not that agencies don't know what good selling looks like. It's that most don't have a structured development plan. No defined 90-day milestones, no 6-month behavioral KPIs, no 12-month revenue validation checkpoints, no weekly coaching framework tied to leading indicators. So producers either get micromanaged or they get left to figure it out on their own. And neither approach builds enterprise value. Now imagine the opposite. You have a documented onboarding roadmap. You have defined pipeline stage expectations. You have weekly coaching sessions structured around leading indicators. You have clear appointment setting methodology. You have written service timelines replacing vague, great service promises. And all of that is embedded in your technology, not as theory, but as workflow. And this is where the sales operating system concept really matters. It's not training, it's not CRM, it's not coaching, it's all three integrated. Because here's the pattern I've seen play out hundreds of times. Agencies buy training, they buy technology, maybe they hire a consultant, but none of it talks to each other. Training fades after 6 weeks, CRM adoption drops after 6 months, and coaching becomes motivational fluff. Integrations is what changes enterprise value. Not a single component, the connection between them. So let's run the numbers to make this concrete. Current state. Suppose revenue is $10 million, EBITDA $2 million, multiple 12x, enterprise value $24 million. Now implement systematic growth. You add $1 million in organic revenue per year for the next 3 years. At 20% margin, that's $600,000 in new EBITDA. EBITDA is now $2.6 million. But here's the second effect, and this is the one most people really miss. Your multiple moves from 12x to 14x. And because buyers see that the growth is systematic, it's not dependent on one person or one lucky year, risk decreases for them, predictability increases. And then 2.6 times 14 equals 36.4 million. That's a $12 million swing. Same agency, same market, same carriers, different system. So how does the wedge actually create this kind of enterprise value? Well, in a hard market, mediocre producers survive. Rates go up and they look confident. In a softening market, they get exposed. When pricing tailwinds disappear, producers have to displace incumbents and displacement requires structure. The wedge isn't motivational selling, it's structured competitive separation. It gives producers a repeatable framework to identify expectation gaps in the incumbent's service. Expose reactive servicing before quoting. Replace vague, better service promises with documented service timeline. And compete on value, real value, instead of price. Now, that's not generic sales training. That's insurance-specific differentiation. And no CRM tracks that unless the methodology is embedded inside of it. And that's why integration matters. And there's a second piece that's just as important. Most agency owners built their agency because they were great producers. But developing producers requires a completely different skill set. You have to move from top performer to develop of performers. And most owners have never been trained to coach. So sales meetings become, hey, what's in your pipeline? How many quotes are you working on? Hey, why didn't you close that? That's not coaching. That's, well, interrogation. And it doesn't develop anyone. A structured leadership framework changes that. When leaders know what behaviors precede revenue, what weekly KPIs predict success, how to diagnose early failure indicators, and how to intervene by week 4 instead of month 14, producer failure rate drop. Predictability increases. And predictability drives valuation. So agency value is not determined by size. It's determined by growth, consistency, bench, depth, system integration, owner independence. The agencies getting premium multiples aren't more talented, they're more systematic. And the agencies that will dominate the next decade, especially with 400,000 workers exiting the industry, will not be the ones who hire the most, they'll be the ones who develop the best. So you may never sell your agency, but if you built it like you might, everything changes. You build margin, you build depth, you build certainty, you build freedom. If your agency cannot grow without you, it's not the asset you wish it was. It's a job, and jobs don't get premium multiples. Systems do. If you want to see what it looks like when the training, the coaching, and the technology are one integrated system so that producer development becomes predictable, enterprise value becomes deliberate, take a look at Big Nation. Because the agencies that win in the next decade won't be the ones working the hardest, they'll be the ones built the best.